For the first time ever, veterans with PTSD are getting the chance to treat it with the help of wearable technology. Earlier this year, the FDA approved a device that delivers low-level electrical stimulation to the brain in sessions. Right now, veterans are the only ones who can access it, but we know PTSD affects millions of people who aren't only veterans.
With that in mind, we bring in Steve Carlton with Porchlight Health to talk more about this. So for starters, Steve, we really just want you to define what PTSD is, because some people only see it portrayed in certain ways, but I want that full definition.
Absolutely. So when you're thinking about PTSD, it's post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's caused by people not being able to recover from a traumatic event.
Okay. It's not just a veteran, it's not just coming back from war. I mean, it can relate to a bunch of things.
Yeah, that's right. We most commonly associate it with veterans, but this can happen to anyone. And in fact, half of Americans will experience a traumatic event in their lifetime. Only about 15% of those people will develop post-traumatic stress disorder.
I mean, obviously with veterans, you can understand where they get PTSD from, but what about other people? How do they develop PTSD?
So it's a great question. So it's a traumatic event, right? And there's two different types of trauma to think about. There's a vehicle accident or an assault. Psychological trauma is when an experience overwhelms your nervous system and becomes toxic to your body.
Wow.
So we just saw a moment ago those wearable devices. Can you talk about that form of treatment, or if you don't have access to that, how else can PTSD be treated?
Absolutely. So the good news is PTSD is very treatable. It's one of the most treatable mental health disorders there is. So that's the great news. There's two things that you have to address with PTSD. You have to confront avoidance, right? Secrets keep you sick, right? And like the more you subdue and try to shove it down, the worse it gets over time. Yeah. And then stuck thinking. Trauma changes the way people view themselves and view the world. The world all of a sudden becomes a very unsafe place, and that's the other thing you have to treat.
So it's very treatable, like you said, but what happens if it goes untreated?
If it goes untreated, it's really these avoidance strategies like drinking and slowly isolating more and more that start to cause people significant problems, right? It's those short-term avoidance solutions that become the bigger problem ultimately.
Like many things, one bad thing can lead to more bad things. Can we talk about some of the signs? You know, of friends, loved ones, if you're with someone who you think may be suffering from this, what are the signs you can look for?
So there's four quick things. It's re-experiencing, like, so you start to see people isolating because that trauma keeps playing in their mind. It's avoidance. It's people pulling away from everything that they're, all the normal things that they're doing. It's changes in how they talk and feel. And then it's just that hyper-arousal, that constantly being on edge and tense. Are some of those signs.
So PTSD obviously affects millions of people, not just veterans. It is very treatable. If someone's watching this and like, I know someone or I'm personally struggling, where can they go?
Seeking mental health professional is the best idea. If it's developed into a substance use disorder, Porchlight Health is a great resource for you. The National Institute for PTSD, which is a Veterans Affairs website, is also another tremendous resource.
Okay.
Steve, always love having you on the show. Thanks for all that good information today.